Today, women want to be stronger, emotionally and physically. The difference is, if a woman is stronger than her man, she wouldn't protect him and would still leave with the stronger man to his crib. If the man, as usual, is stronger than his woman, he would protect her from anyone standing in front of her and would take the beatings, then go with her to his crib. To give women power by birthright, and also not allow men the same rights, such as the right to their children, the right to punch back if attacked, to always have to provide financially, to not have standards, to not decide when it's okay to speak to a woman or be called a weirdo. To have to gamble where a yes is a yes and a no is a no, because women test us for giving up too easily, or women can demand us to sleep with them, or they seek it outside and feel totally in the right to do so, because we had the audacity to not sleep with them. If they get jobs just to fill up quotas, and if the standards have to be lowered, be it for the military, firefighters, or police, and even just in regular jobs that now have to cater to women's strengths, and don't pay men for their strengths anymore, you can't even be better now if you try. Because the jobs are made so that everyone can do it, but also pay less as a result because no one can outperform anymore. If women work in a company, there are regulations on how heavy things are, how many people can carry things, etc. A man can't even shine anymore in these times. So, women now can work, but won't increase productivity because they also lower the efficiency of men to their level. If they want to have quotas, they need to enforce them in the other direction. Women need to work harder and be forced to do the same work that men do. Start working in the sewers, start at the oil rigs, start to build muscles and don't whine. Do the job you asked for to be equal. Not only the jobs you like, that's not equality. If we have to lower our standards, you also have to increase yours. Or it is beneficial for women to be each generation more incapable of carrying things, and we see it already. Women in the past had arms and legs, but today women only have long nails and inflated backsides. You don't even want to be equal, you want to destroy real work because you can't work them. But let me tell you something. Someone has to do it. So either stop that quotas nonsense or start to go work in these oil rigs or as a fisherman. Ask your great-grandmothers what they worked and how strong hands they had, but little princesses today don't want to destroy their nails, right? So don't demand to be as high as a man. This is the result then. If women can't even be criticized publicly for any of these issues without being called names, but they laugh at men for not being in the top 5%, it's a messed up thing. Then be alone and share that man who is either simping enough for you or just using you, but doesn't demand a husband with your non-virgin and big-mouthed, delusional, man-hating, childlike behaving, wannabe princess, yet low-life, self-centered selves. Women say that it's unfair that men get to sleep around, but women can't. You know, if all men can be forced to join the monogamist rebellion so as to parse out women as a function of assortative mating where tens mate with tens and ones mate with ones, then the silverbacks can't be the only ones to reproduce. Women only want the silverbacks to reproduce, other than sleeping around to sample the seed of lone males, because silverbacks can't police harems. Silverbacks make a choice that it doesn't matter if they get cheated on, as long as their harems have a bigger female roster than the roster size of the average woman in his harem. Every time a modern woman destroys her husband or boyfriend, at least 20-60 traditional men give up that trust in women and start evading women. Back in the days of hunter-gatherer societies, the tribe's leader had the possibility of forming a harem with all the women in the group. However, this idea was never put into practice because they understood that such an arrangement would have left the other men feeling isolated. This isolation could have led them to lose their morale and motivation to contribute to the tribe, prompting them to leave in search of better prospects elsewhere. In simpler terms, this situation could have rapidly resulted in the downfall and eventual disappearance of the entire tribe. I think what most modern women don't understand is that the only way they're going to attract successful men of means in today's world is by giving up no-fault divorce. Learning that a woman can cheat on you, or even just leave because she's not feeling it anymore, and take half or more of your life's labor is the reason I never remarried. And if more and more ladies think cheating is okay, there are going to be more and more men who will not commit. How many guys want to commit to a lady who is probably going to cheat on him? Also, how many men want to marry a woman who is likely to leave him and take half his stuff? Men aren't committing anymore, as they are learning. The risks aren't worth the rewards, and the juice is not worth the squeeze. In many cases, women have emotionally walked out on the relationship months before the man even realizes anything is up. They carefully plan their exit, down to the last detail. When it's all lined up, bam. The man gets booted. Men should be moving as far away from the matriarchal model of relationships as possible. The matriarchy and their state violence proxy have become the enemy. You gain nothing through marriage except a lot of stress, becoming an unpaid laborer, becoming her human sacrifice and human shield in times of danger or war, deceit, betrayal, financial enslavement, enormous liabilities, and the possibility of total life destruction. Instead of listening to feminists about what men should want, they would have been better off listening to men when they told them what they want. If women choose to mold themselves into something that men do not find attractive, they should not get upset when men do not find them attractive. It was their choice, and everyone must live with their choices. When the only thing that you're based upon is your looks, and you perceive that as value, and you have no actual skills for life, then your value decreases every day, and that's why you will be used up, bitter, alone, and nobody will want you. A man's purpose isn't to be put on earth to take care of a woman and kids, and that's it. We men are supposed to find our purpose, and then decide if that's what we want. A lot of us have trouble because of lust. Society has made a lot of wrong things to do. In these days, society made it harder for women and men to be together. Lust may be very hard for a lot of people to look past. Just one example. Instead of listening to feminists about what men should want, they would have been better off listening to men when they told them what they want. If women choose to mold themselves into something that men do not find attractive, they should not get upset when men do not find them attractive. It was their choice, and everyone must live with their choices. In order to deal with these women, a man needs to just not care. Don't tell them what you are doing or where you are going. If she leaves, don't ask her where she's going or when she'll be back. Don't ask her any questions, including where she wants to eat and so forth. And above all, never ask a woman what she is thinking or how she feels about you. Never ever ask a woman if she loves you or wants to have some bedtime fun. Always make her initiate intimacy. I was recently talking to a good friend about this, and this is what he said. And I'm not sure if it's true if it works these days. But here's what he said. There is no greater feeling than telling a woman you're not ready. There's no rush, babe. We have all the time in the world. The look on her face is 1,000 times better than any bedtime you will have with her. Women always think they are the gatekeepers. Trust me, they're not. When you do this, you have totally pulled the rug out from under their feet. You have usurped their power. Intimacy is on your timetable and not theirs. Now, if she tries to hug and kiss you, stay strong and try not to laugh. Tell her to wait, then change the subject. Trust me, you will have just slayed the dragon. They say that half an hour of fun a day isn't worth 23.5 hours of stress. Unless you have half an hour of fun and then go home by yourself. Dating a modern woman is like paying to go to a job interview for work that you neither need nor want. If you want to destroy a society internally for generations, transfer your power to women through gynocentrism, and you will witness the downfall of society multiple times instead of rising from the ashes. Feminism is for women, and gynocentrism is for men who are simps, and when you combine the two, you see society go down in a spiral and out of control. That's what's happening today. It's all around us for those of us who have our hearts and minds open to the realities of life. Thanks for watching The Circle of Kings. As always, we're looking forward to your support. So please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything all kings like yourself need to know.